Lesson number 6, order of operations. Order of operations is one of those things that's always ongoing in math. Whatever math you got to do, you have to keep order of operations in play. So we use it. We have an acronym to use it. BEDMAS. Most of you will know it. Brackets, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. And this is just the order we do stuff in. Always do your brackets first, then your exponents. Division and multiplication, you just do left to right. So if you have multiplication before division, you can do that. Addition, subtraction, you do last, and you work left to right. So basically, let's look at some examples here. So 2 to the 3. So that means 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. Now, this is how you would put it into your calculator if you're trying to do exponents. 2, y to the x button, or x to the y button, or the little hat. Any of those, well, it depends on which calculator you're using, will get you the end result of 8. So here we go. Let's do a basic one. 10 divided by 2 times 3. And what we're doing is, you can see the triangle here. This is what you want to do. You want to start with a long, wide one at the top and eventually get down to a single answer at the bottom. It's like an inverted triangle. So what do you do here first? Division or multiplication? Well, you just work left to right. So 10 divided by 2 is 5, and then 5 times 3, and then 5 times 3 is 15. Okay? Next one here. And you can see it's kind of like a triangle. It forms a triangle. We have an addition, we have a division, we have a multiplication. So what do we do first? According to BEDMAS, we do the division. Okay? So then we end up with negative 0.8 plus positive divided by negative. We end up with negative 4, and then times 1.5. Okay, now we still have an addition and a multiplication. What do we do next? We do the multiplication. So we have negative 0.8, and then we have negative 4 times 1.5, and that's negative 6. So plus negative 6. Now, if you wanted to, you didn't have to put the plus negative 6. You could have just wrote subtract 6. You get the same answer. But we're adding these two together, a negative plus a negative. It's still a negative. Remember, that's the rule for addition. It would change to a positive only if you were multiplying those. So we end up with negative 6.8. Okay, now flip the page. We'll do another example. We have negative 3.2, subtract 0.9, divided by, all of this in brackets, square. Okay, so we got to do all this bracket stuff first. So we're going to do the 0.8 subtract negative 1.2. So we do that. We end up with positive 2 in there. Positive 2, and there's still a 2 up the top here. So negative 3.2 minus 0.9 divided by 2 to the 2. Well, what do we got to do? We got to do this 2 to the 2. 2 squared is 4. Okay, so we have negative 3.2 minus 0.9 divided by 4. What do we do next? The subtract or the division? Well, we do the division. So grab your calculator, and you have negative 3.2 minus 0.225, because that's what the negative divided by the 4 is here, right? We end up with a negative. And then you just subtract those two on your calculator. Okay, fractions. Okay, now when the brackets are side by side like this, it means you multiply. So we have negative 2/3 times negative 2/3 divided by 2/9, subtract negative 4/5. What do you do first? We got multiplication and division. Work left to right. So we're going to multiply these two together. So a negative times a negative is a positive. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. Divided by 2/9, subtract negative 5/4. You'll find that when you're doing these questions, you write out step after step all the way down. It takes quite a while, but you do that to keep yourself organized. Okay, now we got a division there. So we know how to do division. We multiply by the reciprocal. So the 4/9 stays the same, times, and we flip 2/9, so it becomes 9/2. And then subtract negative 4/5. Don't do anything with the flipping there. So now we multiply across. So 36, 4 times 9 is 36, 9 times 2 is 18. Now, if you look, you can actually simplify these fractions as you go along. Make it easier. So divide both the top and the bottom on this one by 18. It's common to both of those. So we end up with 2/1 minus negative 4/5. Now, we're back to subtracting fractions, so we have to find a LCD. So we got a 1 and a 5. Our common denominator is going to be 5. So the second one's already in perfect form. It's negative 4/5. The first one, we have to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 5. So we end up with 10/5, subtract negative 4/5. And then just do the math, right? Adding the opposite. So 10 and 4 is 14, and 5 stays the same. So we end up with 14/5. Now, that's improper. You can leave it in that form, or you can switch it to mixed if you want. Okay, so that was lesson 6. Now you can do practice number 6.